This is One-on-One. I want to introduce for the first time on One-on-One, Lisa Suriano, who is the founder and CEO of a company called Veggiecation.
Yes.
Which is all about what?
It's a culinary nutrition education program for children and families.
Where'd you come up with this idea?
I was working, my family business is private school food service, so I was already teaching, doing personal training and working in the fitness industry as well, and I was really passionate about health and nutrition, and I was trying to sell vegetables in schools to kids with...
Sell vegetables to kids in school?
Yes, sell them to get them to eat them and want to put them on their plate at lunchtime, go to the salad bar and make a varied selection, and I had no marketing materials to do that. I have a business background and I believe in the power of marketing.
By the way, what we're looking at here is we got a Veggiecation activity book, right? We're about to show a video clip about Veggiecation, Veggiecation recipes. One of the things that's fascinating is that all of the vegetables are a brand in and of themselves, right?
Yes.
Explain that, by the way.
I felt vegetables were unbranded, and I wanted to brand the unbranded.
For example?
For example, I mean, you know, there's brands of everything, of cereal, of bread, even we've branded our meat, but we haven't really taken hold of a brand of vegetables.
So hold on, does that mean, is it silky pumpkin soup?
Silky pumpkin soup.
That's a brand.
Yep.
Roasted butternut squash with cinnamon, a brand.
Yes.
Snap peas with carrot ginger dressing, a brand. When a vegetable has a brand, how does it change the vegetable?
Well, we're programmed to be brand loyal. So, you know, we really get into that silky pumpkin soup, and that's our pumpkin soup, and that's what we like, and it becomes a comfort food, just like a packaged food would. Something that we can be empowered to make, and that it becomes our silky pumpkin soup.
Where do the cartoon characters come in? Because in the coloring book, this book, which our daughter Olivia, it's not like we have a 15-year-old daughter, she's 2 turning 3. As we do the program, the Veggiecation activity book, she started coloring. Guys, Bob, can you get a shot of this? This is Olivia's coloring, she'll love this. Bob, take a shot of this, you can talk about this. This is Olivia's great coloring. Zoom in on this if you could. John, zoom in on this. Talk about this.
Well, children are attracted to cartoon characters and bright colors. And the research shows us that when something is branded with cartoon marketing, that children report that it actually tastes better. So you could give them the exact same cookie and one that's branded with a familiar character like Scooby-Doo and one that's unbranded. And 9 times out of 10, the children will say that the one that's branded tastes better. So I wanted to help people, you know, say, oh, vegetables don't taste good, which is not true. But, you know, they have that perception, so I wanted to change that perception and give us the edge when it came to marketing
Set up
vegetables.
the video we're about to see.
Sure. This is a sample video of one of our Healthy Kids cooking classes, because we want to empower kids to know that they can prepare foods. There is no home ec really in school anymore, so we need to educate ourselves on how to make simple, easy, delicious meals.
As Warner Wolf used to say, let's go to the videotape.
Veggiecation across the nation, coming to your schools, cause veggies rule. Veggiecation across the nation, come and get 'em in and let the fun begin. Yeah!
So it's fun.
Yes.
The reaction you've gotten, because right now you're in 30 U.S. schools?
States. Schools,
Excuse me,
yeah.
30
states. We've been picked up in schools in 30 states in the USA.
How do you get into a state that says, yes, you can come into our schools?
The
How do you do
internet is
that?
an amazing thing. You know, I did a lot with social media when I started out, on blogs and getting to know other people who are nutrition advocates in school, blogging with them, commenting, Facebook, Twitter, you know, the whole gamut of social media platforms. And that's how people found out about us and came to our website and found our recipes, our materials, our posters that we have for cafeterias and school hallways that educate people about really relevant information about vegetables and why they're so good for us. And they've been picked up all over.
Canada as well.
Yes, 2 schools in Canada. We went international, so that was exciting.
Let me ask you something. Do you think, because our kids, some of our kids are into vegetables, some are not, let's just say that. And the one, you know who you are, who is not. We've tried so many different ways. He's convinced he doesn't like certain vegetables, and we're convinced he just hasn't tried those
Yes.
vegetables. How much of it is just getting the kid to try?
It's a huge part of it. And I've learned through this process, through working with so many different children and so many different parents, coming from someone else, not coming from the parent, really makes a big difference. We teach these classes in Whole Foods Market, and I have
talk about the
people
Whole
that
Foods connection.
Well, Whole Foods, actually, my illustrator, Lauren Roth, was a sign maker for Whole Foods and introduced me to one of their marketers. And one thing led to another. We started doing monthly Healthy Kids cooking classes. And then that expanded from one market on the Upper West Side of Manhattan to 23 markets in their Northeast region within 8 months. So we expanded very quickly, and now we're working on a larger expansion with the company. And it's been really successful. The people love getting their kids to be exposed to vegetables, and it's not them just doing it, and it's not just mommy saying, eat this. They're being empowered. They're learning why it's good for their body, not just that it has folate. Who cares what folate is? But
What do they care about?
they care that it's going to make them think faster in school, or it's going to make them run faster on the soccer field, that it's going to make their hair look prettier and their skin look clean. They love that stuff, and so that's how we message the marketing messaging of vegetables to them. And then we get them hands-on. We get them smelling it, tasting it, cooking with it, and it's their recipe. And then even the resistant ones will eventually try it once they see their peers trying it, so that positive peer pressure.
But you grew up in an environment where vegetables were all around, right?
Yes.
Before I let you go, tell folks about that.
Well, my grandfather was a farmer in Queens, if you can believe that, and then
What are we looking at right there?
that's me and my grandfather and my grandmother.
Get out of here.
Yeah, that's
in
our.
Queens?
No, that was actually in Emerson, New Jersey. My
Uh-huh.
dad brought us all out there, and my grandfather turned our backyard into his little farm.
That is great.
So I grew up with peppers and zucchinis and learning how to tend the garden, and I would just go and pick some green beans or enjoy some fresh basil.
An Italian family?
Yes, Italian family.
Tell folks what Vasanagol is.
That's clams. Yeah.
No!
Vasanagol.
Vasanagol. See, in southern Italy, the Vasanagol,
The beans.
No.
No. Oh my gosh.
You know.
My dad's gonna be so embarrassed.
Okay, go home and ask what Vasanagol is.
I'm gonna have to.
Because it's
I'm gonna
certain
have to. We
kind
must call
of,
it
it's like a
something else.
parsley.
Oh yes. Okay.
It's like after you do the pasta, just drop
At
it
the
in.
end, yes.
Right? It's the stuff my son says, take the green stuff out.
Take the green stuff out. I would get him loving that parsley.
You love the green stuff.
Yes, I do. I really do. It becomes something that you need and you crave it because it makes you feel so good.
It's interesting. You grew up around it, so you're comfortable with it, and you've made it not just a living, but it's a passion for you.
Absolutely.
Keep it up. And once again, it's called Veggiecation.
Veggiecation, yes.
Go, folks, on the website, find out more. Lisa Suriano, founder and CEO, we wish you nothing but the best.
Thank you so much.
Thanks. Stay right there. Stay tuned. One-on-one. We'll be right back right after this. Vasanagol.
One-on-One with Steve Adubato has been a production of the Caucus Educational Corporation, celebrating 25 years of broadcast excellence. Funding for this edition of One-on-One has been provided by Activists, the New Jersey Education Association, Investors Bank, New Jersey Natural Gas, St. Peter's University, and by New Jersey Manufacturers Insurance Group. Transportation provided by Airbrook Limousine, serving the metropolitan New York, New Jersey area. One-on-One with Steve Adubato has been produced in partnership with St. Joseph's Healthcare System. This program has been made possible in part by Franklin Templeton Investments.